Suppose that someone likes your post. For half a second, you feel it, an actual little jolt. Then nobody likes the next one. And suddenly, a number on a screen just ruined your afternoon. Nothing in your life actually changed. A pixel changed. So why does your brain treat it like something important just happened? Because for most of human history, it wasn't a pixel that made you feel that way. It was your actual rank in the group. And rank was never about ego. It was about who got fed. Picture yourself in a group of 50 people. No supermarkets, no hospitals, no police. Just the people standing around your campfire. Now, suppose you mess up your social standing in that group. It wouldn't be embarrassing or awkward. It could decide who shares food with you, who comes looking when you don't return, who warns you when something's moving through the grass. So a rank tracking instinct got built into you, a really, really good one. And here's the part that should bother you a little. It never got switched off. A biologist named Robert Sapolsky spent decades studying wild baboons in Kenya. One of the clearest patterns he found was that social rank predicted chronic stress remarkably well. However, he didn't prove this in people. He proved it in wild baboons. He measured their stress hormones. The baboons at the bottom of the hierarchy weren't simply stressed because they worked harder. Their position in the hierarchy itself was one of the strongest predictors of chronic stress. But we're not baboons. Surely our massive brains evolved past something that primitive. Well, neuroscientist Caroline Zink wanted to find out. She put people in a brain scanner and had them play a completely meaningless status game. Fake rankings. Nothing real on the line. The second someone moved up a rank, a very specific part of their brain lit up. The same reward system that responds to things like food, money, and other meaningful rewards. So it's not just that low status stresses you out. High status feels good. Chemically. Automatically. This isn't you being shallow. It's a reward system doing exactly what it's evolved to do. The problem is that your brain evolved to compare itself with maybe 50 people. Today, it can compare itself with more people before breakfast than your ancestors met in an entire lifetime. But that still isn't the whole story. Humans aren't actually wired to become number one. Anthropologist Christopher Boehm studied hunter-gatherer societies around the world and found the opposite of what you'd expect. These groups didn't reward the most dominant person. They kept them in check. They mocked them. They excluded them. Sometimes they drove them out altogether. So the actual instinct was never be the best. It was don't end up at the bottom, which is a much harder thing to ever feel safe about. There's no finish line for not being last. That's the exact trap a follower count sets. Your brain was built to track your place among a few dozen people. Instead, it's comparing you with thousands of strangers who only show you the best 5 seconds of their lives. There's a name for chasing this with money too. Economists called it conspicuous consumption back in 1899, buying expensive things specifically because other people can see them. The logo was never about the logo. Same instinct, new costume. So next time a number that shouldn't matter ruins your mood for an hour, you're feeling an alarm system that once helped your ancestors survive. It still thinks your place in the tribe determines whether you eat tomorrow. That's 50,000 generations of an alarm system that used to keep you fed, going off in a world that has nothing left for it to actually protect you from. It's not going to stop, but now at least you know why it's screaming.